Hey there, this is Tad with PhoneWanted.com, and normally we sell phones here on eBay, but like any major company in America, small and large, I guess, company in America, we run on coffee, and this has been the coffee machine that has served us well. Well, espresso is kind of not my thing anymore. We're moved on to just kind of some regular old coffee. So this is your chance to get a one owner, fantastic, super automatic espresso machine. If you're in the market for one of these, you already know what you're looking for because you probably searched specifically for one of these models. I did a lot of research before I bought one. I wanted something that I could like literally crawl out of bed in the morning and hit a button and have it serve me coffee that was better than Starbucks. Well, that's what it did for me, and that was my goal. One of my favorite features was you could have it come on and it'd be hot and ready when you get up. If you don't get up at the same time every day, it's just as easy for you to have it turn on and you walk away for a few seconds and poof, and like literally it's about a minute and it's ready to go. So I just wanted to show you that this machine is functional and that it makes great looking espresso if you're in the market for it. So what I usually do is, if it's been sitting here, so it took me a second to get going, is I'll do a rinse cycle, and what the rinse cycle does, make sure everything nice and hot. So even if it's been on for a minute, you want to go ahead and rinse everything out just so that all of the stuff is nice and hot and ready to go. And you notice there's always some residue from the shots before it. And then see how it says strong taste here? That's this button here. It's basically the amount of beans that it'll do. For whatever reason, I always seem to just leave it on strong taste. It was as close to what I could get at a coffee shop when it was set the way it's set right now. And it holds the settings under power. So I've kind of calibrated it as close to what you might find at a coffee shop like it sits right now. So basically, pour your espresso beans up here. Make sure there's some good water in the side here. This is where the water goes, and you're good to go. One little thing that you'll be pleased to know is, even though we've used it for a while, we always use bottled water. No city water, no chlorine-filled water, no country, hard, gross stuff in it water. Always very, 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 very good water has been run through this. So let's make some shots. And there we go. It's espresso is on the money, exactly an ounce each every single time. And if you notice, it had what baristas, I'm not a barista, but what they say is the right amount of proportion there. And this, just for testing, I went and bought some pretty cheap beans just to show you guys. So that's actually not even that great of espresso, but by the looks of it, I can tell it's nice and creamy and kind of caramely. So definitely don't let your shots. One word is, this comes out so hot. One word is, if you get one of these machines, whether you get ours or someone else's, like right now, those shots are bad because I waited too long. So you should be pouring this into the milk the second it stops pouring, and that stops the cooking process or the heating process. Otherwise, your shots might taste a little bit too much like Starbucks and not enough like a nice creamy espresso that you were going for. So just one word wise. That's probably true of any machine. If you let the shot sit any amount of time before going into the milk or additional hot water, you're good to go. I'm not so good at frothing milk, so this has never ever frothed milk, because we always did cold stuff in my household. that means it's always been shots with some cold milk. We never ever froth anything. So this works fine. It is brand new, but there's definitely no gross milk residue in that because it's never been used, but it does still continue to work, and it will still continue to pour steam or hot water as needed. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna pause here and show you around the rest of the machine. All right, so I'm just kind of manually shooting, so sorry for the shaky video. As you can see, all the controls are here. This was one of the reasons why we got this particular machine, is because it has the on-screen deal. We actually got this at Starbucks. This, from what I understand, is the only place to get this particular model. This exact feature set, you did have to get it at Starbucks, because this was the one that had this screen but did not have the automatic milk frother. Like there was, the other one with the screen at the time would do the milk, like had this milk jug thing out here that would do the frothing for you. That was out of my price range at the time, so that's why we ended up. This will catch the drainage, keep this clean all the time. You'll know it's full. This little thing will pop up if that happens. You open this here, and this has your parts to clean. It'll tell you that right here in this bin here is where the coffee goes after it's done. Every once in a while you'll need to dump that. Every 6 times or so, and it'll tell you when it's full. That's what's smart about this machine. This thing comes out here and you can clean it every once in a while. And as I showed earlier, this is the milk or the water here. You just pull that out, fill it up. Again, we never put any bad stuff or bad water in it. This is where you should keep your you're supposed to keep your shot glasses here so that then they stay warm, or if you want to heat a cup, if you're going to do something like that. If you have pre-ground coffee, you can actually put it in here, and this dumps in the top. This will come with all the instruction manual, so you'll be able to do that. But basically, you dump that stuff in here, then the measuring spoon is in there as well, and then your beans actually go into here. You just kind of dump it in, fill it up, and it'll be good for quite a few shots there. So originally, these come with a lot of goodies. Like there's a DVD, so you can learn how to make espresso, and it actually walks you through using the machine. So that's nice. The kind of a booklet of like stuff here. Starbucks at home. This was when they used to carry a lot of stuff in Starbucks where you buy machines. They kind of got away from that since then, but this was shows where we bought it, of course. And then the actual full instruction manual is here, and I'll get you everything you need. We also are including the every once in a while you got to run this stuff through it to make sure there's no calcium buildup in there. There's one of these left in here. You definitely need them every so often. I'm not going to have a need for it anymore, so we're going to go ahead and ship that with you at no additional charge. So we are going to be packing this up really well with a very special foam insulation padding, because it's a delicate machine. So rest assured that it is going to get there in one piece. We will also be insuring it well. So this is a no-risk purchase. Works great. One owner, like I said, and really the most beautiful machine, and it'll have the best shipping you can imagine. Thanks.